Hi, my friend. It's Pat Sloan here. So today on Monday, this wonderful day, this wonderful Monday in June, I have on the calendar UFO busting. And I decided, because I'm in this quest right now to take the things that I have that I just don't use and find new homes for them. And so I thought I'm just going to take a look at my UFOs here with you today, which are unfinished objects, unfinished projects. That's what quilters call projects that they have started but not worked on in a long time. A UFO. But before we do that, I looked some more at my fabrics, and I think for the Mikasa up there, I'm going to be happier with an option that has a little more color and pattern in it. Let me just stick that up there. Okay, so the reason I'm thinking, let me just scroll it in. So the reason I'm looking at that is because the other pieces have more pattern. And the one that I was looking at that I showed you the other day was reading a little bit more one color, like solid. And so I think that gives the vibe of the rest of them. And so I'm happy with that. So I will cut that one and put it up there. Yes, so it will be wonderful. Okay, before we get into UFOs, want to remind you, for this month, you can use the code PAT30 and have $30 off the full-size Aliso irons, all including the Mimi G version, which is super cool. It's tan and black and has a little bit of leopard print on it. Pink and yellow, aqua, and what's the other color? Turquoise. No, it's the same thing. Turquoise, aqua, pink, yellow. I don't know. They're purple. There you go. That's the other one. So that's a $30 discount for my community using my link, which helps support my small family business when you use my links. And you get a deal. So there you go. And I have a mail call. I want to do that. So super fun. I already peeked. I had to peek. She also put a little note on here. This is from Linda in Oregon. So she put a little note on here that there was so perfect, a thread. Yeah, there was a thread. Here it is. It's migrated down to the other end. But yeah, well, you're not a quilter if you don't have threads everywhere, right? And so she sent me, first, it's this super cute card. She said it looked like my birdsong fabric. Isn't that adorable? Love it. Looks like it's made from fabric, right? A yummy Starbucks card. Yes, thank you so much. I use those so much. And then something wrapped in tissue paper. See, I told you. Could you wait? No. If you get a present and it's wrapped in tissue paper, no, you can't wait. And so let's open this up. Oh my goodness. Here we go. Look at this. Look how stinking cute this is. So she made an Aunt Pat for Norm, Nanette, Baby Bob, and Baby Lucy. So little Lucy. So she made a mini me to Aunt Pat the gnome. So they're going to be coming to visit me for a few days before they're going to do a few more stops on their tour. They just have a couple more stops, and we're almost at a year of them, of the gnome family touring and visiting people and me showing you. So here's the backing she did. Isn't that so cute? I don't know. This is just the best. The best. Mwah. Thank you, Linda. I love the glasses. Oh my goodness. So cute. And the stripe and red and turquoise. Yeah, perfect. Aunt Pat the gnome. All right. So UFOs. I have a few fairly old UFOs. I have some that are fairly far along that I could probably just say, fish or cut bait. I could just go, okay, this is as big as it's going to get. I'm not going to make it any bigger. And I also have another thing I want to show you, because it's kind of a, it's not so much a UFO, but it is in my brain. It's something I've wanted to do and I didn't do. So anyways, we'll take a look at the UFOs first. Oh, scary, right? A little bit scary. I actually haven't dug into them they should all be in this room. Everything that's actually started. Now, I don't count, for me, I do not count something as a UFO if it is a project that I haven't started. I might have the pattern and the fabric bundled together, and that's fine. That's kind of a future project because it's not started. I'm going to look at the things that have blocks cut, that kind of a thing. All right, so let me first get the other camera. We're going to look in this credenza, which is was made by Baby Lock. It's a piece of furniture they no longer made. They used to do companion. They don't make this exact one. They actually make these smaller. You can get now this half size, like to here. They are fabulous. I might have to get one. I could replace that table. We'll see. Okay, so UFOs. What do we have? Under here, this and this, whoops, this and this are these guys. I'm not doing anything with this today. I'm just showing you. I'm going through and just looking. So there is my hexagon, it's like snow flowers. So I have a bunch of these. I have a bunch of these made. And I still want to keep them. I haven't made that many. I have a lot more of the, I can make. I've already got them done. But I haven't actually physically made a ton of these. So that is one project, which actually takes 2 bins, but it fits really nicely up here. Okay, then I have the blocks for the horse quilt, and the blocks are actually in another place, so I really should take them out of the other place and put the blocks in here since I have this spot. That's all the different horse fabrics. A lot of that you sent me. In here, this is number 3, is the aqua squares. So that's so much not a UFO. It's sort of like in progress. And then I'm going to call all of those scrap blocks a UFO. So there's tons of them that I made in 2021. I made scrap blocks out of every scrap that I did. Just tons of them. So that's what we'll call that. We'll call that 3 now, right? And then here we go. There is Splendid Sampler, the Splendid Sampler book. And there's a bunch in here. So I'm going to pull this out so that we can take a look. So I grabbed my notebook. This is from my store of all the merchandise. And here we go. I've got the list. So there's 3 Splendid Samplers. There's probably really 4, but I'm going to call 3 because that makes me feel better. And so this is the first one. Splendid Sampler were 2 books I did with my friend Jane Davidson and 90 other quilters in each book, but we all made and designed 6-inch blocks in their signature styles, and we did 2 massive worldwide sew-alongs. It was fantastic, and we made a ton of quilts for the books, and then we each made additional blocks as we were doing the sew-along, but hosting the sew-along, making blocks, plus running all the other parts of our business, neither of us were really able to finish up during either one of them, either sew-along, the bonus quilt that we were doing for ourselves. So mine got this is Splendid Sampler number 2. This is book 2, and I was doing it all in French general fabric, and so it's only about half. I think I have another 4 or 5 more rows or more to do on that one. So a lot. Okay, let me take that one down and show you the other version I was doing from the book 1 while we were doing the hosting the sew along. Isn't that yummy? They're both yummy. This one looks like cotton candy to me. It just is so fun. I had such a great time picking all the fabrics, and I believe this is probably a top. I probably just want to do some sort of maybe border treatment on this one. Here, the French General, which I also absolutely love everything about this, I just realized I have another row right here. So it just needs the sashings. I need to work on the sashings for that guy. Okay, this one, since it's so close, I'm thinking, okay, I need to pull it out and look at some sort of small border treatment on that and move it forward. This one I definitely want to finish at some point. Both my books are out of print. I will link you to Amazon where you can find resellers, but because Martingale has closed, these books were not picked up by anybody. Only 2 of my books were picked up, so these are now out of print. But you can probably still find them on the used market. I don't make any money off of that unless you use my Amazon link. If you do, then I get a couple of pennies for used books. But that's the way it is. I also have, for this is why I said I had 3. So the French General, the Taffy. French General is the fabric lines, the designer of the fabric lines. And then I have this whole grouping in here, which is probably 2 or 3 sort of quilts worth of different style blocks. Yeah, so I'm not sure what I will do with that. Maybe that might be something I donate to somebody who has a true love of working with 6-inch blocks and wants to do something with them. So we'll see. We'll see. It's on my what do I do list. Okay, I'm just going to leave this up here for a minute, and we'll go on the other side to my tower of aqua boxes and pull a few of those out that have UFOs. So I'm on, how many did I show you so far? That's 7. So that's 7 works in progress that I have not worked on in a while. Some a very long time. Okay, go to the other side. So here is the tower. This is another unit that I have here you see all the time. It was from Baby Lock during when they had a little bit more furniture options than they do now that were companions to your sewing machine tables. Anyways, there is the one that has the horse blocks in it. So I need to take those blocks out, or maybe not. I might just leave them there. Okay, so what else? These are not projects in that have been, oh no, this one is. Back up the bus. Okay, there's a project that's been started that I have not worked on. Working, whoops. Should be working, but is not started, so I don't have to count that. So we still just have that one up there. Working. Okay, here's the second one. This is future. And so we got 2 bins here. That one says UFO. Third bin. I have to get down here and see these. I can't read them. Okay, let me pull them. So I pulled 3 bins up. Then I got 3 other ones that we're going to look in. Okay, so the first one here is the fruit cake, and that's a fairly new one that I started. Okay, I've got everything listed here now, and I added one that's a Halloween applique that's in the other room. Okay, so what isn't listed are the 3 of these that are still sitting on the floor. Okay, let me just move that to the side. So I just wanted to show you, this is the fruit cake. It's a free pattern from the Fat Quarter Shop that I just recently started doing. Remember, these are the blocks. And I tried them in different colors, a bunch of different colors, and finally I decided to go very light. So, and I actually have, look at this, cut and in here. So I need to put this one more at the top because it's in progress. It's not hard to do. I can sew it while I'm sewing other things. Whoops, let's put the directions back in. All right. The one, whoop, here are the horse blocks. And this is from, I believe, the Perfect 10 book. I'm using that book. And I'm using my background from Harmony, my Harmony wide back. That is what I'm using on the front here. Wide backs, at least my wide backs, are the same kind of fabric you're going to use for anything else. Is perfect fabric to use. So this one got a little, I think, slightly stalled because it's almost all directional fabric. And so I don't want horses sideways and stuff like that. I just can't do that. No. So I'm going to have to sort of lay out fabrics in advance to know what direction they are for cutting, and I think that stalled me a little bit, but I'll get back to it. I will get back to it. It wasn't just as easy as, you know, I hoped, maybe. Okay, this one is super cute. I started it a while back. They're these little mini shoe fly blocks using, and I love it. Look, it's a Christmas shoe flies, I'm calling it. And this is like shoppers, you know, Christmas shoppers. And I have this other, you know, some of this other fabric here. It was kind of to use up some scraps or cutaways for a project, but I have a bunch of them. I have a bunch. Look how stinking cute. Let me just put this here. They are just so cute. Look at them. They could go on point like this. They would go on point, but probably not because I'm centering the shoppers. So the shoppers, but who knows? I'll do a layout, but they're so cute. Really cute. So I'm keeping that. I don't know when I'll get back to it, but I am keeping it. So let me go and grab the next group. Now I know what's in a lot of these 3 bins is not works in progress. They're not UFOs. I've got a bunch of panels and some other fabric stuff, but there's some UFOs. So let's take a look, because I really don't remember. You know, that's the peril of this. You put it away and then, you know, out of sight, out of mind. So these are a bunch of blocks I made. Oh my goodness, is that a top? Holy cow. Is this a top? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Okay. There, I have quilt top. Oh my goodness. Wow. Wow. Look how fun. I love that. So I remember when I first got the AccuQuilt, I cut these blocks from the AccuQuilt to practice, and I didn't realize it was a top. And so I've got backing fabric. Okay, so this is another one. Yeah, I actually have more of the blue. That's my fabric line, but I still have some of it. So, wow. Okay. So there's one that I can work on completing, another one to complete. These are blocks. I know these are blocks, and these are blocks. So these are alphabet blocks, and these are, so there's a bunch of alphabet blocks. I have like a little bit of alphabet fabric. I think there may be a few other blocks in here that are not alphabet. They're from the Spelling Bee book from Lori Holt and the Fat Quarter Shop. This is just fabric I was going to do something with. So I need to put this back with other fabric now, because I know I'm not going to do that. Okay. Oh, the pink blocks. Hold on. I'll show you one. These were some sew along, which I think I was doing like an alternate colorway, and then I never set these, and so I have a whole bunch of them, and I've always loved them. I think they're summery and fun, so I am going to keep these to set as well. And I think I have some of this still. Maybe I'll pull it out and put it with it. Next bin has 2 things, all my Alice in Wonderland stuff and another one of these little projects. They were started from cutoffs, and I have these little stars. And I saved a bunch of the little cutoffs, and I might just have enough of these to just do a small quilt, and that's what I might do with these guys. Just wrap that up. So I need to take a look at this one. Maybe put a little bit higher on the priority. Just see if I can wrap it up and finish and make it something. The Alice in Wonderland blocks, they look like this. This is what I did many years ago. They were a swap. I did this one. The rest were gifts in the swap. And the blocks are in here. The blocks are here, plus lots of Alice in Wonderland fabric to do something else, maybe something new. Maybe I'll just wrap that one up someday. Okay, what's in the next one? This last one has no works in progress. This is a bunch of panels and a couple other random fabrics. That's Greg's shirt that I've used a lot. Some other squares. I don't know why those squares are in there. So I'm going to take those out for sure. But I will go through these panels and decide, do I really want to keep them or gift them off to like a charity group to do something with. I mean, I do have the park ones, the national park ones, so I'm keeping those for sure. But the others, they might just need to go to new homes. Okay, let me show you that other thing that I was talking about. So the other thing that I was talking about is that when I first started designing fabric, I would keep like half a yard, and then it just got to be too much. And so then I reduced it down to a smaller chunk, because in my head I never really, well, first of all, my P&B fabric never had pre-cuts. So I think they did it one time. It was so when pre-cuts were very new and they just didn't do them, and so I didn't have pre-cuts. And then so I had made these smaller cuts, and I have a bunch of these. Then eventually I went to keeping like a layer cake of each fabric line. But I'm thinking now it's time to reduce down this, because I have a full shopping bag of these, like, and then I have this whole basket of them. And so like this is my very first fabric line, Old Blooms, and this was a piece from it, and I may keep that bigger piece just because that was the inspiration for the fabric line. But the rest of these, what I'm going to do, what I was thinking of doing was cutting like a 3-inch square. Or maybe I'll just cut a 5-inch square, and then maybe I will just make something with the 5-inch squares. Just cut a 5-inch square from everything. But I have to go through all the lines. See, this is a lot. It's a lot. It's a lot. There's more. So there's just a lot. And I want to do this, but it's also a lot of time. And so I'm just not even sure if it's worth it to keep a piece of each of these. But I kind of have that feeling I should, that I will regret it if I don't. So I think I may have to take the time to do a square out of all of these and then leave the layer cake archives just intact right now. But it would take up a lot less room if I just had a 5-inch square of all of them. And that's really what I'm going for. I need to reduce down the amount of stuff. In my notebook, I wrote everything down that just as we were doing this right now. And I have 16 items, number 16 being these fabric samples, because I'm going to put those on the UFO list. I don't know why. I could put them on a project list, but I'm just going to put them here. So there's actually 15 projects in progress, and then I want to cut up these fabrics. And what I didn't mark them, but there was 2 of these that are super close. I'm not sure. Did I find, and I think 1 stack maybe of blocks I might give away. That was it. Yeah, I think that's about it. I think the rest I'm keeping, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get rid of another one. But two that I'm almost like, they're pretty much done. Yes, success. Okay. Well, I hope you enjoyed walking through my unfinished objects, my UFOs. It's been so lovely to take a look at them, to think about them again, to for me try to decide like, ooh, a few of these might be going to have to find some new homes. I just really am not going to work on them. This one, which is almost done, I'm like, well, I just really need to get it finished, or just put a tiny little border on it and call it done. Just something so I can get it quilted and enjoy it. So I hope you take a look at your UFOs this week. That is sort of my hope for today's video, is that you'll analyze what you have, make some decisions on a few of them. Not all. You don't have to decide everything, but maybe you just have 1 or 2. Like, you'll either finish or you'll give away. So I love you. Mwah. Thank you for being here in the Sloan Zone. I will see you online.